Okay, good evening. It's Friday, February 28th. It feels like evening, but it's 4:30, but late afternoon, then we'll say. I'm going to call our meeting to order at 4:30 p.m. We're going to start with a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Moving on to our land acknowledgement, the municipality of Port Hope exists on the lands of the Mississauga and Anishinaabe traditional territory covered by the Williams Treaties. We honor and recognize First Peoples as rights holders and stewards of the lands and waters on which we have the privilege to live, work, and play, including the Ganaraska Forest and River. We pay respect to elders past, present, and emerging. We commit to actions towards truth and reconciliation by recognizing the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, strengthening ties with First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, especially those who make their home in Port Hope, and learning from Indigenous ways of knowing and being. We do so by recognizing the past and working towards a shared future. Moving on to the second item, does anybody have any pecuniary interest to disclose with respect to today's agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 3, which is our closed session. Today, we will be proceeding in closed session in accordance with the Municipal Act to address matters pertaining to an identifiable individual, including municipal board members, Section 239, board employees, Section 239 2B, and labor relations or employee negotiations, Sections 239 2D. This is regarding discussions and updates on the recruitment of a permanent Chief Administrative Officer position. Can I get a mover and seconder? Moved by Councillor Darrell, seconded by Councillor Adam. All in favor? Thank you. Once the council has moved into close, we will enter into closed, and once we complete closed session, I will goodness gracious, we will come back here and we will have a rise and report publicly. Thank you. Okay, we are back in council chambers, and I'm going to move on to item number 4, business arising from our closed session. Earlier today, council passed a motion to proceed into a closed session to consider business as permitted under the Municipal Act and is listed on today's meeting agenda. The motion was passed in a public session, streamed live, and in accordance with our closed meeting policy. In the continuing interest of transparency, I can report at this open meeting the outcomes from today's closed session. Council approved the in-camera minutes of February 4th, 2025. That was the last time that the council met in closed session. Council received information from our recruiter, Feldman Daxon, and the selection committee consisting of myself, Councillor Andrews, and Councillor Holloway Wadwani regarding recruitment of the permanent Chief Administrative Officer position. Council considered this information and provided direction to the recruiter, selection committee, and staff. As the recruitment and selection process advances, we will provide more information to the community through our regular communication channels. Can I please get a mover and seconder to receive the confidential update regarding the recruitment of the permanent CAO position for information and to confirm the confidential direction provided to the recruiter, staff, and selection committee? Moved by Councillor Less, seconded by Councillor Darrell. All in favor? And that is passed unanimously. We move on to item number 5, our confirmatory bylaw 5.108/2025, confirm the proceedings of the special council meeting of February 28th, 2025. Can I get a mover and seconder? Moved by Councillor Clare, seconded by the Deputy Mayor. All in favor? And that is passed unanimously. And it's now my position to adjourn the meeting at see what exact time is it? 5:27 p.m. and please drive home carefully.